All right, let's get into the reports.
April was a busy month for Canada's airports, but new numbers show fewer Canadians are vacationing south of the border. Our Dilshad Berman joining us live from Billy Bishop Airport with those findings. Dilshad, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Karen. That's right. Everybody is traveling more. The numbers are up in April, just not so much to the U.S. We saw the numbers go up for international travel outside of the U.S. We saw the numbers go up for travel within Canada, but not the U.S. And the report from Statistics Canada is actually telling us that this is not new. This has been happening for a couple of months, and this is the third row in a month that this has happened. So let me give you some of the hard numbers here. Of the 4.5 million passengers that traveled through Canada's 8 busiest airport, or largest airports rather, only 1.1 million went to the U.S., which is actually 5.8% lower than April of last year. 2 million people traveled domestically within Canada, and that shows a 7.4% increase from last year, and 1.4 million traveled internationally outside of the U.S., which is also a 7.1% jump compared to last year. Now, the report is just all hard numbers, all hard stats. We don't have any reasoning or speculation as to why people are not traveling to the U.S. as much as they were last year.
Oh, come on. Breakfast television. Let's not play coy. We all know the real reason Canadians aren't traveling to the US. Usually, I'm calling out American media, but this time it's City News. And honestly, there's no need to dance around it. The numbers tell the story. There's a clear shift happening. More Canadians are choosing to explore their own country, or heading to other international destinations instead. Yeah, I'd love to see that 5.8% drop in travel to the US be even higher, but 1.1 million fewer Canadians crossing the border is still hitting them hard. If it wasn't making an impact, US businesses wouldn't be begging us to come back.
But we spoke to people outside of Billy Bishop Airport this morning, asking them their thoughts on the matter, and here's what they had to say.
I think it's more of a patriotism thing more than anything else.
Yeah.
People are feeling very strongly about Canada. This whole idea of the 51st state is ridiculous. I know Trump's probably not serious about that, but just the disrespect I think people are feeling very strongly about.
I mean, it's such a situation now where you don't know what's going to happen. I just came back from the U.S. a year ago as a returning resident. I won't even go back there.
So as you heard there, Karen, it's sort of a mix of patriotism, showing their love for Canada, and the rejection of the idea that Canada is ever going to be the 51st state of the U.S. Plus, there's a fair amount of uncertainty. There's a fair amount of fear. People seem to be feeling unsafe going to the U.S. right now. So there also might be another reason. Our own federal government actually updated the advice for people who are going to the U.S. They said that they should prepare for scrutiny from U.S. border agents. And if you are denied entry into the U.S., it's possible you could be detained before you're deported back to Canada. So all of that is probably playing into this drop in numbers that we are seeing.
All right, I'll give credit where it's due. This reporter's summary actually made up for the vague start. She finally said what needed to be said. The 51st state rhetoric, border scrutiny, the risk of detainment, all real reasons Canadians are choosing not to go south. But I want to add a few personal reasons of my own. Let's say you head down to Florida like you've always done. You get through immigration, check into your hotel. And now what? You're handing over your hard-earned money to American businesses. And for what? You're surrounded by people, some of whom are part of the 70 million who proudly voted for Trump. And if they find out you're Canadian, don't be surprised if you get hit with, "Go home, Canada" crap. We hear it in our comments all the time. So ask yourself, why support that with your tourism dollars? Choose your vacation spots carefully, because if more of us keep choosing anywhere but the US, the businesses in the next report are going to have to get real creative about how they try to lure us back. Let's take a look.
To our neighbors in Quebec, we know travel choices can be complicated.
A message made for Quebec from businesses just across the border, that being Canadian comes with perks if you take a trip to northern New York.
It's an unsettled time. What can we do within our power and within our world to make everybody feel welcomed?
With 70% of its tourism coming from Canada, the North Country Chamber of Commerce is rolling out a red and white welcome mat. In Plattsburgh on the Adirondack coast, that means hotel rooms at par at the Best Western Plus. At Bluff Point Golf Resort, free balls and a sleeve on the house. And at Pizza Palace, a large 2-topping pie and 10 wings for $36. Other towns like Lake Placid and Jay are also offering deals.
Seriously, Hotel rooms at par, free golf balls, pizza. They're completely ignoring the real issue here. In order for us to even get to their businesses, we have to deal with US Customs and Border Protection, and in some cases, even ICE. And I'm not exaggerating. I came across a video of a Chilean woman who was on vacation and got arrested. I'll save that clip for a future video, but it's exactly why many of us are staying away. Now back to the point. This isn't enough to get us back. Canadians, and international travelers too, aren't going to return just because someone's offering a discount on a hotel room or pizza. I get that these businesses are struggling, and I don't blame them for trying, but they're aiming their efforts in the wrong direction. Instead of handing out coupons, they should be lobbying their local reps and putting pressure on their government to change, because we're not coming back for freebies, and we're definitely not coming back to be treated like a problem at the border.
But a new Léger poll suggests that while a lot of Canadians are traveling this summer, few want to go to the States. 75% say tariffs have influenced their plans to visit the U.S., with over half canceling trips altogether. And tariffs aren't the only reason.
The list is long from there. It's the political climate between the USA and Canada, number two. Third on the list is half don't feel safe in the USA anymore. Exchange rate factors in at number four.
Here we go again, blaming the exchange rate. It's not the exchange rate. The Canadian dollar has been hovering at this level for years. And I've even seen people in the comments say it's actually a bit stronger now. So let's be real. If the rate was the same a year ago, and Canadians were still traveling to the US, what changed? Simple. It's the orange idiot in the White House.
Léger's Steve Mossop says the deals may not solve those problems.
The anti-US sentiment is overwhelming in Canada right now.
We know the deals aren't going to fix everything.
The Chamber says it's not just about boosting business, but bringing friends, family, and French back to its streets, restoring that cross-border connection, one small step or one big special at a time.
Let me ask our viewers from Quebec, are hotel discounts, free golf balls, and pizza really enough to bring you back to the US? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because from where I'm sitting, it's obvious. They're struggling. And more importantly, the boycott is working. Anyone still denying it is either ignoring the facts or just choosing not to listen. The data is there. But most importantly, the desperation from US businesses is louder than ever. If you found this video useful or just want to help spread the message, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more Canadians and international allies who feel the same. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.